Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Darla Lucian. This is Darla Lucian Studios. And thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to be working on our winter soft cover journal, our junk journal. But before we get started, I just want to ask you if you would like this video. You guys have been probably watching for a little while. The series has been going on. This is the 4th episode. And so please like it. Subscribe to the channel if you're getting value out of this. I definitely want to see you get the next video in the series. Make sure that you get it in a timely manner so that you are able to keep up with what we're working on. If you hit the notification bell, that means that you'll be notified the minute that the next video comes up in the series, which will be great. Well, actually, the next video that I post will come up, not just the next one in the series, although we've been working really hard on this series. And I'd love to hear your comments. Commenting and letting me know kind of what it is that you're looking for, or what you've tried yourself, or if you've got ideas or suggestions. I love to hear that kind of stuff. So please comment. And then last but not least, please share. Sharing is caring, as they say. And it is really, really important for my channel to have more exposure to more people. And for you, it's great to share hidden gem with your crafty people so that they have a chance to be inspired as well, and to collaborate and to get ideas, share ideas. That's the best part about YouTube, right? All right, well, let's get in. So today is going to be all about pockets. So you can see I've started with a couple of ideas here. So I'm just going to kind of let you know what I had started with. This is just a couple of pages of old book page glued together. And then I'm going to move this out of the way just for a minute. Where can I put you? Here we go. All right. I'm going to just ink around the edge to make it look a little bit older. This is actually modern book, so it's not as antique-y looking. So when I just add a little bit of ink with this makeup sponge, I love the look of this, how it makes it look very vintagey and aged, and it makes you think that you found this hidden bit in an old library. All right. And I'm just going to even give it a little bit in the middle here so that it gives it some color behind what we're going to be doing too. All right. So I'm just using, this is my favorite one. Not anything because of the brand or anything, although it's lovely. This is a water-based dye ink, so if it gets wet, it will spread color. But it's the coffee bean color that I love so much. That is the part that I'm really happy with. I mean, I had never heard of this paper salon brand before, but the color is just so perfect. So has anybody started drinking a nice mug of coffee this morning? I haven't even got my coffee pot turned on yet. I wanted to get in here and get a video before my whole household was up and running. I always do videos a little bit ahead, and usually do videos on the weekends, and so it's nice and quiet. Everybody had a late night last night, so I'm the first one up. Nice and quiet around here. Everybody just eases very gently into their mornings that way. All right, so then I had these little pieces that I had from that collection, Stamperia's Winter Tales, and so I'm just going to glue these straight down right on there. I like how they look. I don't mind the, I might get a little bit of a collaging bit behind it, actually. Let me just grab a little piece of something. So now I've changed my mind. Isn't that the way it goes? Yeah, I'm so changeable. All right, so let's pull out these bits, because these under here are all my collaging bits. I want the blue collaging bits. So, yeah, so there's like a little bit of this blue. I'm going to have lots of little tiny bits and pieces. this is interesting as well. All right. I think I'm going to take some of this. That literally flipped over and glued itself down. Is that the funniest thing? Okay. How tall is this? What if I just put her on here and then I'll just pull everything else off that doesn't fit? I think that'll work for me. Just a little too straight for me. Isn't that funny? I, you know, try to cut so carefully. And then here we are collaging, and I can make a perfect hair for some reason. Alright. Okay, so she's going to be a little bit over, which, I mean, I don't mind that, but I'm going to reinforce her with book page then, because I don't want her to... What do we want happening over here? That's okay like that. Okay, so I'm going to reinforce her with book page. So the only thing that I do then is I'm going to just glue this part right here. This is the part that is going to hang over, and then I'm going to put a book page right along there. Oh, she's kind of coming up a little. I wondered if that might happen, because she was getting a bit dry when I glued her down originally. Alright, so now I'll just cut out around this part here, around my torn edge, and it's just going to give this a little more support for when things go in and out of the pocket, that's all. So it's kind of fun that way. Now I'm kind of wrecking my nice torn edge because I'm making it all smooth, but that's the breaks. I want it to be reinforced. So yeah, when I go to create books, sometimes what happens is like, because you want to use the cover, then you have this big block of pages that comes out, right? And so it's good to use up as much as you can, you know, as the basis for things like reinforcements and stuff. It works really good for that because it's not like you see it anyway, so it doesn't really matter what it's saying there. And then this will just go on like that, and so it'll be nicely reinforced on the edge. Take a look at the back. See that? No magazine part showing. But speaking of taking a look at the back, I'm going to draw a line here. So that I know not to glue over here. All right. There we go, nice and gluey. All right, so this is going to go this way and this way. So then we're going to come back here. Where's that line? Line that up. There we go. Aren't we happy with that? I sure am, anyway. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't need anything behind this one. All right, so first pocket is done. So what we're going to do is when we put it on, we'll glue along that side and along that side, and so you'll be having a corner pocket, so it'll fit in the corner of the page, so like so. Alright, so I'm going to add that to our finished pile. So ones that I did do before I turned the camera on were these ones, and these are reinforced with book page as well, and this was actually from a quilting magazine. But I think they're going to work perfectly as corner pockets in this journal. They're a bit oversized, but that's all right. I am perfectly fine with oversized. Okay, so now I had this thought with these little birdies, one down here and one up here. So now do we need something else behind? Would that help the situation, or would it make it kind of annoying? Let's just see. What do we think? That's alright. That just makes the birdie pop a little better. What about on this side? Do we need a little something behind the birdie over here? Yeah. I don't mind that, but it doesn't need to be that big. Alright. Oh goodness. Now I've got it sticky everywhere. Alright. So that one was about right there. This one was about right there. And this one, the circular one, wasn't actually sure what I was going to use these circles for. It's kind of an odd shape for book pages, I feel. But I think it'll work okay right here. Kind of a medallion on here. And then the little birdies. They are tiny, so it's just easier to pick them up with the glue. These little guys are cute. I like them. There. Alright. So second book page is done. I really like how that turned out as well. That's quite nice. Alright, so 4 pockets down. Alright, then next I wanted to make a library pocket. I'm going to move this collage stuff out of the way because I don't think we need it for this next project. I think I'll let go of that these tiny little bits. So that bit that I was using for collage was actually from a magazine. I think it was actually for an ad, but it was a perfect wintry scene, and so I thought, alright, we're going to go with it. Alright, so I just had a strip of paper. When I made my journals, the papers, the scrapbooking papers are usually 12 by 12 that I've been using, and so of course there is a cutoff bit when I'm making my journals to be 9 by 6 or 8.5 by 11 is what the pages end up being. It's just easier to use that size. So I have these nice scraps cut off, and I thought we can make a library pocket out of this one. And so I'm actually wanting the top to be curved down. Let's see. There, like that. Yep. Okay. So first things first, let's glue this part down. So like this is the part that you would see behind. Oh, I want to glue this down, but I haven't actually. Alright, well we can do that. We need to do the indent part first. Okay, so these are the ones that I want to put on it. I'm just going to put those to the side for now. Alright, I forgot to do the folds. Fold in the sides, but I can still do that. Okay, so what happens is that I'm going to make a, I'm going to use my embossing tool and make just a groove here, like score it, and then we'll be able to fold it. Actually, folding this lip might be good too. Actually, let's just score that to fold the lip. Alright. So I don't even know if you can quite see what I'm doing. I'll turn it. Normally I wouldn't turn it, but sorry about my head being in the way there. I just gotta line it up again. It slid. Alright, so normally you bring your cutter down and slice it off there, but this time I'm going to use the same cutting line and put my embossing tool down there and just use that to score it. You can hear it. So then when I pull it out, you can see that it's got that line there, and the nice thing is then it's going to fold perfectly right there. It is lovely having a fold that's absolutely perfect every time, and you know, you don't have like the wonky going off to the side kind of things happening. Alright, so now we're going to score it. So this is the tricky part. I shouldn't have folded it, but I wanted to show you. Because now it's going to give me grief trying to line it up again. Alright, I think that's even. Oh dear. Let's get that knife up away from my paper. Alright, let me just double check. Sorry about my head. Alright, so I'm going to go from the fold line of where our pocket is going to be. Oops, where is that? There it is. To find where the line would be. Alright, and then over on this side, same idea. I'm going from the top to just to the fold line. That's all. Okay, so then I'm going to cut. And I am going to actually not cut right now. I am going to put pencil lines on first. So where the score line is here, we are going to be folding that in. So we don't need the top part to have paper here. Same thing on this side. We don't actually need this top part to have paper. So we're just going to cut that part off. And it's helpful if you have angled edge to just to make a nicer pocket. So we're going to just cut that part off. Cut that part off. Angle. So here you cut the corner like so. Alright, so these ones can all go bye-bye. I am making parts fly everywhere. Alright, I'm going to put a few things away just so that we have some space to work. Okay, so we're going to glue this lip down. Down like that. So now you're starting to see our pocket shape. It's an odd kind of pocket shape yet. We're not quite there. Let's fold the sides. So on the top one, you fold it and glue it right down on that paper. But on these ones, you glue it on the top, and then it will stick here, like so. You see? But before I do that, I want to round the corners. I want to have rounded corners on this. So, give it a good push on this corner rounder, and then at the top as well. So when it's two thicknesses, so it's a little bit more stiff. There we go. So I don't do this every time, but sometimes I just like the look of having it with the corners rounded. I don't know if that makes sense, but I kind of like how that looks, don't you? Before we put it together, I think we're going to ink around the edge too. Just to make that edge kind of show up more. You see how that changed things? And around here. And around here. And now there's no point inking on the whites part because that part doesn't show, but I'm going to ink on the part that's pattern up here because that part will show. And it's nice and stiff because it's glued with 2 layers, so it will withstand, you know, having things come in and out, I think. Alright, so I'm going to unfold these just because it's easier to put the glue on without getting it everywhere if you do it that way. Alrighty. Oh, my makeup sponge is starting to lose its bits. Okay, so that looks great. All right, and then I wanted to put this on. And I'm going to put that down first, I think. There, I think. Oh, that's going to drive me crazy. It's a little off center, or a little crooked, I mean. I think I need to line it up with the line. Pay attention to that. There we go. Yeah, when the pattern has lines in it, you can use those natural lines to help you line up your additions, which is really great because then you don't have to measure everything. You can kind of eyeball it, and it's pretty easy to tell if it's going to go or not. All right. I love the silk guy. He's fun. All right. Why isn't that antler going down? There we go. All right. Library pocket. It's a little bit narrower than a regular library pocket, I guess, or a little bit taller as well, but it will work. And that is the basis of how to make a library pocket. So you could attach it down just like this, where you would just glue the whole thing flat onto the page. Or you could, because it's also patterned on the back, which looks really nice, I mean, you could use it, tuck it in a pocket, or put attach it with washi tape so that it swings out. A couple of different ideas anyway. All right. Then I had this this idea. So I'll keep those guys handy. All right, I'm going to need my collage stuff again. How are we doing for time? Oh, we're still good. Okay, good, good. All right, maybe I'll put these on the other side for now. Can't seem to find a good place for them. All right, so this is not my original idea. This is from Deedee Williams. It was from her series, Don't Freak Out Before Christmas. And so this was one of the kinds of pockets that she made. So I've prepped this envelope in advance. So this one was open at the end, and I cut the angle. So it's going to make a double pocket here. If you see, 1, 2, and then we cut this slit here so that this is open, and that'll make a pocket there. And then you can attach it down so that you can slide a paper in behind, and that'll be another pocket. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. I think you've seen this before if you've watched my Christmas videos, because I have some of them in there. Anyway, so the first thing that we do is collage around that part. So it's kind of fun picking papers and things. So let me just see. Oh my goodness. I have so much blue everywhere in here. It's quite fun, actually. Okay, let's see. So I have some of these bigger bits that I was actually thinking might work good for this. Some of those. And then, you know, maybe that. Or maybe that. You know, there's lots of bits and pieces that could go on just from that collection that I cut. Plus there's that one too, and then there's these this one that's like this bit of lace, which is kind of interesting, I thought, as a contrast to just all the blues. Maybe that kind of book pagey looking thing, or this one. Oh, this one is quite stiff. Alright, maybe some of this will work. Alright. Well, let's start with that. And if we need more, we always know where we can get some more. Alright. So, let's see, we kind of need a wider piece over here. Well, that's pretty great. Does that go down far enough? I would say just. Alright. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put the glue on here. So we don't want to cover up the window because we're going to be sliding something in and we want to be able to see through the window. But when we pull the thing out, actually I should do that part first because we can open it nice and wide. We want to see something back there. Maybe this is where this big piece comes in. This one. That look nice through the window? Oh, I do like that. I think we're sold on that one. Alright, where's my cutter now? And get myself a piece of this. That sounds so funny. You want a piece of this? Yes, I want a piece of this. That's what I just said, isn't it? Okay. Now, how far do we need it in? About like so. Let's say. It really doesn't need to be that perfect because it's inside, so nobody's going to see it once we get in. Oh yeah, that's wonderful. Alright, so this one we're going to glue on the paper. I like the idea of the snowflakes. You can see them through the window. I think that's kind of fun. It's kind of the way it feels right now. I mean, in Canada, we're in winter. It's definitely, you can see the snowflakes through the windows. No question. Alright. So just like that. So it's in there now. So what's going to end up happening is that once this comes up, it'll cover the window a little bit, but it will still make the window visible. That'll be good. Alright, I am going to, actually, you know what, I'll trim at the end. I was going to trim off that bit, but we don't need to. Alright, so I'm going to just draw a little line here because I just need to be able to collage past that point. So if I've covered that line, then everything else won't be seen. Does that make sense? Alrighty. What do we want over here? Some of this maybe? This could be fun. Let's see. Well, let's take the white off to begin with. That's always a good start, I think. Okay. And then alright. And now I need to find where the top of the window is, kind of right up in there. Alright. And then where's the edge of the window? We're still not there yet. So let's keep coming over. Alright, to about there, let's say. So like that. Okay. Okay, now lining it up with the top here. Oops. I had it better a second ago, and then I just was wanting to even it out, and no go. Alright. So I really like the torn edge look, like around the window like that. I mean, that's very pleasing to me. Okay. Now, maybe some of this. edge. Actually, I could just slice it off, couldn't I? Because a straight edge would be handier. So about there, about those dots there. Oh, I have this thing backwards. Oh well. It'll all be fine. Okay. That's going to work. Like so. Now we don't have to worry about the bottom part, but this part over here, there's just the tiniest bit here. So I'm just going to steal this little corner from here. And just put it there. So that we have color all the way around. Alright, so now I'm going to trim this part. So I actually only have to trim this side because the other side I squared up and used the paper cutter on. Alright, so now we're going to glue up the sides here. So we need tacky glue for this job. So we're going to put just the tiniest little bit here to put this little edge together, and then a little bit on this side to glue it up, and then here all the way up to the point. Alright. Like that, and like that. So right to there. Alright, I'm going to put my glue away. So you want to use tacky glue for this because it's pocket. There's going to be a lot of going in and going out happening, and it's just best to make sure that the glue bond is going to hold. Right, so now we need to decorate the front, and I was thinking that this lace is going to be the thing that's going to look good. It's already cut at an angle. That's kind of interesting. I actually like the look of it this way better. Ah, shoot, I should have maybe done this before I cut it, because now how am I going to know exactly what size to do? Shoot. Oh well, I think she did do it first before gluing it up, but that's okay. Alright, we will wing this. Alright, so first thing, I'm going to use this as a measure and cut to here. There we go. Alright, and then I'm going to find my pencil, and I can see right there, and then over here I can see right there. So I am going to draw a line there, from there to there. Ever so lightly, because I don't want it to be unerasable, but enough for me to see. You probably can't see it, but I can see the line, and as long as I have the right light, as long as I have the right light, I can see the line. Okay. Huh. I clearly didn't cut this very straight. I should have probably used a paper cutter for that, but that is alright. Okay. I am going to go down. now that that's glued on, I'm going to actually just straighten that out. Just a little from both sides because of it being glued down. I don't want to pull the glue bond apart. Let's try a little bit more here. Okay, and then, wow. Yeah, this part's going to be trickier for sure. Little mincing cuts there. Alright, I'm definitely happier with how it looks this way. Okay, now, time to start putting these pockets in. Oh, no, wait. What am I doing? Now I got to attach this stuff. Okay. Oh, so that doesn't show up at all. So that's worth noting. So we need to mount this on something. Some of this darker stuff. That'll be good. Yeah, that'll be the thing, I guess. Like that. And then like that. This is going to be a nice size piece for something too. I really like that paper. Alright, so we're going to do gluing top to bottom. And then just that right there. Perfect. Alright. Well, that looks great, doesn't it? Love how that pocket turned out. Alright, so I can put this glue away because any pockets we attach, we're going to be using tacky glue for that. Alright. All this collage stuff can come out of our way now. Boom. Alright. So we can come back. Is all those pockets that we made. And let me just double check our time now. Alright. So this is our journal. Here are the pockets that we made. We have this one. We have this one that we made. That one. And that one that I made off camera. And these ones that we made just at the beginning. Alright, so in the next video we will attach them in and start making some tags to go in. So this is really moving along really great. I love how much we got done today. Thank you guys so much for coming by, and thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Check out the links below. I am going to attach my Etsy shop where the blank ones like this are available, as well as the playlist for the Deedee Williams one where they made the Don't Freak Out Before Friday. I can't remember which video it was in, but this one is really a really easy one to do, as you saw, and it uses up scrap envelopes, which, I mean, the bills keep coming, right? So I might as well use the envelope for something. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming by, and we will just catch you in the next video.